Chapter 3, The Devil's Ledger. The line with Uncle Frank was brief, a transaction of information wrapped in a code older than the laws we were about to break. He didn't ask questions, not really. He simply acknowledged the parameters of the request, locate, trace, and seize assets, not through legal writs or court orders, but through the ancient, unwritten laws of men who operated in the shadows, men who owed favors to a man named Charles Lowe and who now owed them to his son. Consider it done, Frank grunted. But you understand this isn't a clean business, it leaves marks. I don't care about clean, I whispered, my eyes fixed on Jadden's pale, sleeping face. I care about results, and I care about the people who took everything from me. I hung up and turned to my in-laws. The surgery is a go, call the doctors, tell them to prep Jadden. The money will be in the account within 30 minutes. My mother-in-law stared at me, her eyes wide with disbelief. How, Jack? The police said. The police operate within a system, Mom, I said gently. Sometimes you have to reach outside the system to fix what's broken from the inside. Trust me, please. They exchanged a look, then nodded. They trusted me. Or rather, they trusted the man I had become. They ran from the room to relay the message, their footsteps echoing in the corridor. I sat by Jadden's bed, my hand clasped in his. The silence of the room was a physical weight. I thought about my past life, about the moment I had died in that prison cell, the despair so complete it extinguished my soul. I thought about my parents dying alone and unmourned. I thought about Jadden's last breath, the light fading from his eyes as the machines flatlined. And I thought about Mara's laughter on the beach, the sound of it a poison that had infected my very core. That laughter was the fuel for my new existence. It was the fire that burned away my weakness, my naivety, my blind faith in a world that was fundamentally unfair. I had learned a simple, brutal truth. Mercy is a luxury afforded to the powerful. Retribution is the currency of the dispossessed. My phone buzzed. It was a secure text message from an unknown number. A single line of text, trace complete, funds located, initiating extraction protocol. I allowed myself a small, grim smile. The game was in motion. Ian and Mara thought they had won. They were celebrating their victory, probably already planning how to spend the ill-gotten gains. Ian would be in a holding cell, sweating out the night until his arraignment. Mara would be at home or perhaps at a hotel, basking in the glow of her successful betrayal, calling her friends, telling them how she'd finally freed herself from the burden of her useless family. They had no idea the money wasn't just $8 million. It was a digital ghost scattered across a dozen servers and hidden wallets. But Frank's network, a relic of a bygone era of organized crime, had teeth that could bite through firewalls and encryption. They would follow the digital trail not to recover it for restitution, but to seize it, to claim it, to redirect it. And I knew exactly where it was going. I pulled out another phone, a burner I had purchased earlier that day. I typed a message and sent it to a specific encrypted email address. The subject line was simple, Project Phoenix. The message read, funds recovered. Divert 100% to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Memphis, TN. Designate as anonymous donation from a grateful father. Allocate specifically for pediatric oncology surgical suites and post-op care units. Ensure immediate processing. St. Jude, the hospital that had saved countless children, including some of the ones my company had donated to in the past. It was a place of healing, of hope. It was the antithesis of everything Mara and Ian represented. By diverting the stolen fortune to them, I wasn't just punishing the thieves, I was transforming their sin into salvation. Their greed would fund the recovery of other children. Their crime would become a cure. It was the ultimate perversion of their intentions, a cosmic joke played at their expense. The phone buzzed again. This time it was a video call. I accepted it. On the screen, a grainy image of a man in a dimly lit room appeared. It was Ian in a temporary holding cell. He looked haggard, his hair disheveled, the smugness completely gone, replaced by a raw, animalistic fear. Jack, he screamed as soon as he saw me. You bastard, you set me up, you lied to the police. You're going to rot in jail for this, you hear me? You'll never